Hi guys, my name is Anjani. I am a freshman at Poly SLO, but I am super excited to be filming this video because I got an internship in my first year of college, and I want to show you guys how I got it because I applied to over 200 roles for sure, all through Indeed, LinkedIn Jobs, random job roles that I found online. But whatever I did, I was determined to get an internship. And right when I thought that all hopes were gone and I wasn't gonna get anything, I actually got something in like May of like the month before I was like leaving school. So yeah, it was just a great experience for me. By watching this video, I'm not guaranteeing that you're gonna get an internship because the job market is just so competitive, but I do think that these tips definitely help. Let's just get into the video. I'm not one of those people that literally just applied to 20 roles and got like 10 interviews and got like 5 different offers. Like, no, that was not me at all. Like I said before, I applied to literally 200 roles. And out of that, I only got 2 interviews, and one of the interviews actually only became an offer. So after that big process, I learned a few different things. One, I learned that applying online doesn't really mean anything, because for each of those roles that you see on LinkedIn Jobs, on Indeed, or on company websites, literally like they're getting 2,000 applications a week. Like, that is how bad it is. And even on LinkedIn Jobs, like, it tells you how many people have clicked that link, and sometimes it says like 100 people have already clicked apply, because the reality is recruiters aren't going to be really looking at your resume. What they will be looking for is things that make you stand out, because every single person has a 4.0 GPA. Every single person has those incredible achievements on their application. Maybe some people even have more better, bigger achievements than you. So in the end, I kind of learned that your resume and really your achievements don't matter as much in the entire like internship process. This is a big pond and you are one of the small fish in the pond, unfortunately. For me as a freshman, I knew I was even more at a disadvantage because I'm competing against juniors, seniors, sophomores, master students, people with PhDs, etc. Because internships don't necessarily mean just having a bachelor's degree. There's people with much higher levels of education than what I have. So I wanted to go in also with that mindset, and I wasn't expecting anything because of that. It just really sucks in the beginning because I remember honestly, it just sucked throughout the full process because I didn't get anything, like I said, until May. So I basically thought it was not gonna like happen, and I wasn't gonna get an internship that summer. I spent like thousands of hours, like, okay, maybe not thousands, but I definitely spent long hours like reading over my cover letter, looking at my resume, refreshing LinkedIn, like all of those different things. And I just felt like so annoyed when I didn't get anything, because I just felt like no matter what I do, like that it wasn't gonna happen. Okay, so this is the part that you guys are probably like the most interested in. This is how I actually got my internship. And so this is a crazy story, but a year before I got my offer letter, I met a singular person who is the reason that I got the internship I had. Last June, I gave a scholarship recipient speech at Professional Businesswomen of California's conference, and through that, I like got the opportunity to speak to lots of tech leaders and people who were kind of high up in their fields. After my speech, I talked to a few people in the room. These are people who I want to keep in touch with for long term. I definitely made sure to get people's LinkedIns. I made sure to try making a memorable impression on these people, because that could be the difference whether I get, you know, like a job down the road or not get one. Or it could be the difference between having a mentor versus not having one. Or it could also just be someone who is at the top of their field in, for example, something like HR, and if I get an offer letter in the future, maybe I have a mentor to read through that offer letter with. So in situations like this where you're surrounded by lots of professionals, make sure to get people's contact information, because you never know who is going to be a supporter and advocate for you behind closed doors. And that's exactly what happened to me at this event. The person that I met at the event, he ended up really liking my speech and what I stood for and what experiences I had done in my high school career. And so because of that, I was able to keep up a relationship with him, and he advocated for me. Like, I asked him a few different times about my internship situation, if I could have coffee chats with him, and that led him to also ask some of his friends and some of his connections and tell them about me. And what you really want is for others to be primed before you talk to them personally. For example, if someone says really good things about you to someone else, and then that person is already having a good impression of you before they even meet you. So that is the right way to go about this internship. Networking isn't just talking to random strangers and asking for jobs, or just straight up asking for a referral or things like that. Networking is really just about making connections. It's asking how your kids were, remembering things about the person. It's about staying in touch and being genuine, and just honestly having a human connection first before having a transactional connection. The second tip I have is to keep everyone's contact. And when I say everyone, I mean everyone, okay? So this is like every single person that you meet at events, at career fairs, every mentor that you've had, people who come speak at the clubs at your school, every alum, literally every single person professionally that you can think of, including your parents' connections. Because yes, I don't think there's any shame in interning for a company that your parent works at, because as you should. Any connection matters, because 6 months later, you probably won't remember their name, but what you will want to do is learn more about them, have a coffee chat with them, and you'll need to have their LinkedIn or their phone number, or just something that you can do to just contact them. What I do specifically is I have a tab on my Notion. I can probably put a picture of it right here, but it's kind of organized in really interesting ways. So you can filter it by strong connection, medium connection, and light connection, and then you can also put in their current role and how you know them and things like that. And what that does is it keeps an organized spreadsheet of who you know, how you know them, and how well you know them. So you can always go back to that and see that, oh, I want to really keep in touch with this person, and I currently don't know them as well. So then you can reach out to them on LinkedIn and things like that. Okay, another tip I have is to follow up. A lot of people, after they go to a career fair, after they hear from someone, they don't follow up, and people don't remember you because they met like 300 students that same day. So what you can do is follow up, and don't be annoying in terms of contacting people on LinkedIn and things like that, but I would definitely say to be a little bit frequent with your LinkedIn communications, because you have to make someone remember you, and you have to have a team of people within the organization who are supporting you and rooting for you and can speak good about you. Especially if they're debating, oh, should this person be an intern or not an intern? You have people in the organization who are team you and can just honestly root for you, so you know that there's advocates. Fourth tip I have is tell people what you're interested in. If you don't tell people what you're interested in, they can't think of you when opportunities come up. For example, if I was talking really passionately about sales and I wanted to be an account manager one day, I would have to literally scream that from the top of the roofs. Like, not literally, but you have to be obvious about what you like, because again, when opportunities come up, you want to be the person that is immediately thought of. Like, oh, that's the sales girl from Cal Poly that I met at the career fair, you know? So because you're immediately related to that specific profession, people will automatically send you opportunities, and they'll be like, hey, I think you'd be a good fit for XYZ, things like that, because you want to be memorable among a sea of so many applicants. That is the main thing that I want to tell you guys today. I think another thing I would say is really don't underestimate your LinkedIn profile, because your LinkedIn is literally like your virtual business card, especially nowadays at career fairs and things like that. You are really just giving out people your LinkedIns or just remembering their name to connect with them later on LinkedIn, things like that. And I think your LinkedIn should be concise. It should show who you are. It should show what you're passionate about. But it should also show who you are as a person and the things that you do outside of work. Another tip I have is to sign up for a bunch of like programs with companies or other organizations. A lot of companies like Bain, KPMG, I think PwC, EY, they have a lot of different programs that they host, either at their offices or virtually, and it's where you get to go early and you get a year before, so maybe when you're in second year, first year, and you get to learn about the organization, why they're special. And what that does is it really helps you stand out, because if you've really visited the actual office and you've talked to real people who work there, you can get a really good idea of what they actually do, and that's something that would help you a lot with resumes, cover letters, interviews later on for those bigger companies. And again, out of a sea of a lot of people who haven't done that program, don't know much about the company, and are just applying to every role with the same resume and cover letter, it's definitely going to help you stand out. Yeah, my biggest lesson that came out of this is that my internship didn't come out of necessarily having the best resume out of my age group. It came from putting myself in lots of rooms where I didn't know anyone, and one conversation that I had eventually turned into an opportunity a year down the road, because you never really know what conversation can change your life. There could be conversations that help you get internships, a job in the future, and maybe they'll help you get into your dream school, who knows. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you learned something, and I love filming videos for you guys and helping you guys out as well. Please stay tuned for new content. I actually recently got a vlog camera, so I'm super excited to be updating more vlogs. Until then, I'll see you guys. Bye!